I'm going to be sharing with you some expert construction coaching advice going from a kitten into a lion. We're going to be helping you get from wherever you're going, leveling up, growing. That's the name of the game. Building a business you can be proud of, a business that'll give you the free time and the money that you started it in the first place for. So, I'm a business coach. I've been helping multiple different general contracting companies throughout the years, many different companies. Generally, general contractors doing anywhere from a million to 10 million in revenues. And I help them get generally from being either underwhelmed with leads and financially in a bad place to building up their resources and their company. Or on the other hand, companies that are overwhelmed, stressed out, business owners doing way too much, and they've got more work that they can handle. They know they need systems, they know they need processes, they know they need some expert coaching advice. So I'm giving you some of my best coaching advice that I provide to clients, as well as just advice that I wish I had when I was younger, so I didn't make all the stupid, idiotic business mistakes that I see many other contractors making all the time. So we're jumping right into it. The first one is marketing hard. So I'm sure you've probably had it come up where you're short on work. And that is essentially because your lead generation is not in the right place. You're not marketing hard enough. And there is a lot of different things to do with marketing. You've probably been overwhelmed. And as contractors, generally, we suck at marketing. Just to put it out there, it's not something we're natural with. It's not something we've generally studied or have experience with because, hey, we're on site. We're used to building houses, dealing with clients, dealing with tradespeople, managing projects, all of that good stuff. Maybe hiring people and all those things are much more natural to a lot of us in the contracting world than marketing and social media and branding and how to promote yourself and how to network and find more people and all this kind of stuff. But my advice very early on with most of my clients is we need to get the marketing in place and we really focus there because even if you're really busy right now, that does not mean you're going to be busy in 2 months or 6 months or 1 year or whenever. If you've ever had these ups and downs, and they can be very dramatic, where it's like, oh shit, we're running out of projects, we've got nothing in the pipeline, we got to start marketing. Well, newsflash, you should have been marketing hard like 6 months ago or 1 year ago, because that's how long the sales cycle is and how long the nurture times can be for someone that's maybe thinking about a project, building a house, whatever it may be, to when they actually come about and, call you to get some plans to get the project going, whatever you may have. So marketing super essential. The big things you want to be thinking about for marketing is get your branding right first. Get your branding right first because all the work that you're doing in marketing is going to take just much longer. It's going to take a lot more money. It's going to be less effective if you don't have a really good brand presence in place first. So before you start spending money and time on marketing, make sure that you're going to be branding effectively. The thing with brand is you want to know your ideal client. You want to know where they're located, what type of job they may have, what's their family size. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it. So if you haven't ever done the exercise, figure out who is your ideal client and how can I attract more of them? How is my business set up or positioned in a way that is going to be attractive and is going to be the right fit? If you're going after higher end clientele, your website, your projects, your logo, they need to be like everything has to just ooze that type of client that when they see it, it's like, wow, this is the company that gets me. This is a fit. This is, the type of person that I want to work with, the type of clients or type of company that I want to work with. Whereas if you're more like, we're friendly, we do great quality, but we are conscious about price. We're not going after, multi-million dollar homes. We are happy with, your family starter packages, and we want to do more spec homes and volume that it's easier to manage and things like that. Then again, you want to align your messaging, your brand, your images, everything with that type of client. So get that right first. Once you have that in place, the marketing becomes so much easier. And with marketing, you want to essentially do as much as possible as far as like channels. And I don't mean that you have to be putting money and time into all the different channels out there. There's, a million and one ways to market nowadays, especially online with, the plethora of social media and blogs and YouTube videos, all this different stuff online. But you want to be have a presence there. So you want to set stakes of real estate in the different social platforms, stake some real estate in your email marketing campaign, stake some real estate having a nice thought out website. So you want to have all of these pieces in place. Think of them as, you're playing Monopoly. You want to put a house here, you want to put a hotel there because they're going to pay more rent. That's how you should be looking at your marketing. If you don't have own a property, if you're not using email marketing, or if you're not on certain social channels, you are losing business every single day. You're losing money, you're losing leads because you just haven't put up a house there. You haven't put up a hotel there. And you don't have to be posting every day, but you should have a profile. It should look clean. It should look good. It should have your logo. You should at least have some sort of consistency with posting, even if it's once per month. So the client happens to go there because you may have multiple different, types of clients as far as like where they want to see your content. So you could have content on, Facebook because you're going to have people that are maybe into Facebook, and you may have, people that are more into Instagram or YouTube or whatever. So you want to be represented in all those different areas and really have that multi-level marketing platform worked out, and then systematize everything. Make a system, delegate it to somebody. It may still take you like essentially making some of the content, taking pictures or whatever for the first while. But once you have something, then you want to double down on whatever's working and create a system so that you can get it off your plate. Market hard. I've been spending some time on this because it is so super important. And I don't know how many times I've had conversations with contractors who are going through slow periods, and it's like, now we want to start doing, yeah, I hired a new Facebook ads guy, so hopefully that's going to work out. I hired a new marketing agency, hopefully that's going to work out. Oh, we're putting out more content here, so hope it will work out eventually. But again, you're too late to the party. You need to get this stuff while you're busy, way ahead of time. As soon as you finish watching this video, go out and start improving your marketing. Even if you're crazy busy, even if you've been in business for 30 years and you've got repeat clients and you never have to work or find, work for finding business, you still want to get this set up because as we go on and on, it's going to be more and more relevant that you have like a Google profile, that people find you online, that yes, those, repeat clients and that base of clientele you picked up is good, but you're slowly going to have newer contractors coming in who are going to start picking off your potential, leads and clients just because they're positioned right, because they understand the different marketing channels right. So, not to be a dead horse here, but go and get your marketing leveled up. Always be focusing, marketing hard, bringing in leads because that's what can bring your pricing up. That's what makes sure that you're efficiently have projects scheduled out and you're always in a good financial place because you've got lots of leads to choose from. So, number two, I've got 7 coming at you, and this is some of the best coaching advice that I've given, as well as I wish I would have got when I was a lot younger running my contracting business. So, number 2 is get your finances right. So this is a difficult one, probably because myself included, I did take an accounting course, at one point, but it was by no means like expert level. But I've learned a lot over the years about managing finances, about reading financial reports, about how to use bookkeeping software, all these different things. And every kind of new piece of the puzzle, when it starts to click, you can run a business in a way that is just you just see the numbers and you check the reports, you can see where things are going, and you just, because of the way things are set up, you just always know you're in a good spot financially, and you've got, reserves, your profitability, you can see when things start to, go off the deep end. If something's, drastically wrong in your business, you get alerted quickly. And it's kind of the holy grail of business and contracting, is being able to really know your numbers to an extent of like where money's being spent, how profitable projects are, how profitable the business is. When you know all of this, you'll live forever because you can then adjust and make strategy and make decisions based off of real numbers, and you can project into the future where the company needs to go or what decisions, quick changes you may need to make right now in order to ensure that you're not getting into troubled waters or financial, bad places with a lot of debt or poor profitability or what have you in the future. So super critical. Things to keep in mind for getting your finances right is that on the personal side, you need to really watch your finances personally because especially starting out or you get a big project, you get a big deposit, starting some new project that, oh, I'm going to make, a couple $100,000 this year because we just started $2 or $3 million home project. It's going to be my, my flagship project for this year. Yes, that's good. But maybe you estimated wrong. Maybe things go sideways. Maybe life comes up and, you've got all these big expenses. So stay within your means. Yes, you want to enjoy your wealth and the riches that come with, being a good contractor and making lots of money in your business, which I hope you do. But make sure that your standard of living is not always, trying to keep pace with the profitability of the company or the projects that you come in. Or if you look in your bank account, it's like, wow, I got $200,000 in my bank account. Maybe I can go buy a new truck or what have you, and then realize like, well, I wasn't actually watching any of my finances, and now we're closing out this project, and I could really use that extra $100,000 right now because I'm maxing out credit cards and having all these discussions with the bank to be able to finish off this project for the client. So very important, get your finances right. I have had this happen to me a couple of times where cash crunch, things were not working out, and it's just it's a really dark, bad place to be in. It's really hard. You're working nonstop, day and night, just to try to keep the wheels on the bus and keep everything moving and keep your people happy. And you kind of the the opportunities fade and the daily grind just becomes so real that it's really hard to get out of that, especially when you've dug a hole with a bunch of debt. It's really hard. So definitely that's at that point in time, you definitely need to reach out for help to like a coach or someone to get some help with that. It's not an easy thing to get out of, especially if your level of thinking and your knowledge has gotten you into that place. You are really going to have a hard time, and I wouldn't say impossible, but I rarely see it when a business owner, the way they've run their business has got them into this super hard situation where they're in debt, things aren't working good, they don't have the knowledge, the expertise, the skills to get out of there because the way you've run your business has got you into that bad place in the business. And so you haven't even been able to like kind of keep it level. You've actually gone down as far as your financial outlook goes. So to get out of that is going to take drastically more skill and knowledge than where you're at right now. Just being frank with you, as far as like I was there, I've been there. It was a tough time for sure, and it did not turn out well, unfortunately. And you live, you move on, and you build yourself up. But I lost pretty much everything because I mismanaged my finances. We were growing huge. We tripled our revenue in 1 year, but not. I did not have my finances right. I did not have the skills to actually set up proper bank accounts, set up proper bookkeeping structures, make proper decisions, have the proper guidance and ability to manage finances and understand them enough to make good decisions. So that's number two. Moving on to number three of the best advice ever, straight from an expert business coach. Here we go. Systematize everything. This will make your life amazing and it takes time. It's not easy. It's hard. It's one of those things where I like to think like the people that do the really hard work, life sucks for whatever, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, but you make that investment and it comes out on you come out on the other end with a business that manages itself, so much more extra business knowledge and a business that's sellable. There's so many reasons to systematize a business. The first one just being like to help you get your time back and not be super stressed and having to do everything in your business. Then the other one is your people. When you have good people, they want to be part of a great company, and great companies have great systems. They have processes, they have training, they have SOPs, they have all of these, softwares and different things. Things just run, they work, they know they're going to get paid on time, they know their projects are profitable. You're in a good mood, they're in a good mood. It's a virtuous cycle. Everybody's on a winning team, and you become one of those world class companies that just weather the storm and can always kind of make it through because of how well your company runs. Your clients are going to refer you more, and it's just everything runs so much better on systems. I have so many videos on systems already because it's such a big part of what I do and how important it is that I'm not going to reiterate all that content here, but I'll give you some quick tips as far as systems. First off, a little bit of planning. And the place where you want to figure out where you need to systematize first is either the biggest headache you have or the one that's going to be easiest low hanging fruit that it's not going to take a lot of extra time or energy or knowledge to systematize, because every piece of the company that you systematize is going to make the next one easier and then the next one easier. And after you've kind of got those initial systems set up, it's like then you can start fine tuning and really take in, the really detailed stuff that just makes everything like run like a Swiss clock, or, a beautiful, well-oiled engine on, I don't know, Chevy Charger or something, whatever Ferrari car that you like. So that is very key, is where to start. And then the big components are standard operating procedure, get it down, document it, put it on paper, create a quick training video. Even the training video part, not super necessary at first. The biggest thing is just get it documented, just get it written down. 5 steps, 10 steps. It doesn't have to be elaborate, it doesn't have to be super detailed. The important thing is that you've got it and you just have it done. And then you can show somebody else, you can hire someone else to fine tune it every time. The thing with systems is they're never done. There's never a perfect system that's completed and it just works forever. There's some that are really great that continue to evolve and work, long term. But every time you have a new hire and someone's going through a standard operating procedure, it's probably going to get updated every 6 months, every year. It's always getting tweaked, it's always getting improved. And having that in your cycle of your systems is what makes a systematized business last a very long time and make sure things don't degrade and depreciate over time. So systematize everything, super important. Get started with that as well right away. First thing, tie two together here, two birds, one stone. Systematize your marketing so that you've got your marketing hard and you've systematized everything, and life is beautiful. All right, moving on. Number 4. Still with me here? I appreciate you watching this video. I know how important this is, getting right advice. You're already, in the 1% ahead of a lot of contractors out there that just try to do things the hard way and bash their head through a wall to make progress when there's a much easier way. And that's learning from someone who's actually been through this and helped other people through this. So give this video a thumbs likes up. Super appreciate you for doing that. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm sure you already have because you're awesome. Number 4, level up your people. As a business owner, the level that your company is going to rise to is essentially your level of competence, which AKA is more or less your leadership ability. And leadership extends far beyond just being charismatic or making a nice speech or having those interpersonal skills. Leadership is like a full package of you as an individual, of you as a person. Your leadership comes through in the marketing you do, in the systems that you do, the hard work that you put in, the way you talk to your people, the people that you hire, how you train your people. All of this is tied into leadership. And when you start to level up your people, it's like a rising tide lifts all boats. The higher and the faster you can level up people, the greater success you are going to have and the easier it's going to become to run your company. And the reason I said level up your people and not level up your employees is because yes, your employees, level them up. They're super important because they're like the closest in your circle, but it extends to everybody pretty much that you come into contact with. So as your employees, you want to be training them. You want to level them up as far as, emotional intelligence. I'm not going to get into like, woo stuff here, but helping them through whatever. You're not gonna you should kind of be a coach to them almost. You're not gonna like it's not going to be formal, but you as a business owner, when you're like a mentor, a coach, you're kind of helping them up. You've been there before. You've been in their shoes, the rookie on site who's moving materials, or the foreman who just got his position and he's got to manage all these people, and the trusses are late, and this guy's pissed off, and the plumber shows up, and the place isn't ready, or whatever, right? So you've been in his shoes. You want to mentor them. You want to build them up, help them through the challenges that they're going through. Your network. So that other business owner, the tradespeople that you come into contact with, whoever that you come into contact with inside your business, you want to level them up, help people, connect them, send them resources, let them know you're on their side, collaborate with them if it makes sense, and this will help raise you up as a business, as a leader, and you will naturally rise by building up the people around you. Is that making sense? I think you got it. So let's move on. Number five. Number five, coaching advice, super important thing to be thinking of. This is kind of a mindset thing, is think long term. And this, just just put that in your brain right now. Just take it, put it in your brain. Think long term. This will come up throughout your life, throughout your business, daily, possibly even. Probably not daily, but definitely be thinking of this. Whenever you hit a hard time, life sucks, customer got angry, you lost a big job, finances are shit, taxes are due, uh, whatever, right? Think long term. Okay, this is a small hiccup. This is a hurdle. This sucks. What did I do to get myself into this position? How important is this going to be in 5 years? Can I recover from this in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Yes. Okay. I don't need to get upset about it or angry about it right now. It doesn't have to ruin my day and the world is black. I can move on from this. What are the next steps? What do I have to do? What in 1 year from now is gonna make this not even a big issue and actually be a bonus because now I've learned something, so it's not gonna happen again. Always be thinking long term. If I'm making an investment in something, you're investing in your people, hiring new people, you're investing in a coach, you're hiring a coach, you're investing in a program, you're investing in new equipment for your business. Long term, is this a good decision? 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, how is this going to change my trajectory? How is this going to change my business? Is this the right move right now? Am I going to look back and believe that this was the best decision I could make at this time? So always be thinking long term. It's going to improve your trajectory as a business owner, as a person. It's also going to improve your mindset and just your natural well-being, thinking long term. This could extend into a lot of different things as far as like your body. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, if I'm still working on site, or if I'm not taking care of my health and I'm eating McDonald's and running around and yelling in the phone all day and sitting in my truck, not getting a proper workout or not spending time with my family, with young kids that are growing up now, is what's that going to mean for me in 10 years or 20 years, or what have you, right? So thinking long term, it'll naturally put you in a much brighter future in the future, as well as enable you to kind of get more motivation and more inspiration, put more time and energy and money into what's really going to be a good long-term investment for you. Compound interest, one of the natural wonders of the world, I think Einstein put it, something like that. And it's true, compound interest, not just on money or investments, but on yourself, on your knowledge, on your mood, what your habits, that 1% better every day, boom, you're going to be skyrocketing. You're going to have amazing business. I believe in you. And we are moving on to number six. So, number six, let's shake things up here. We're going to be seeking knowledge. So, this is another big component of very successful people, is they're always seeking knowledge. You're already doing it right here watching this video. I appreciate you for that. And by seeking knowledge, you are going to open doors and you're going to be able to level up and have just a wider knowledge pool and abundance of thoughts, of opportunities that come your way. You're going to be a much more dynamic, less one-sided person. And the ways that you want to seek knowledge is, books are big. If you don't like to read, get an audio book, listen to it in your truck while you drive from site to site, whatever it may be. But audiobooks are great. Podcasts also good. If you listen to too many audiobooks, you might fall asleep. So podcasts are nice to get some exchange and things like that. Coaching, of course, having a good mentor and coach. And just to put the debate aside right now, like, do you need a mentor? Do you need a coach? Is it worth it? There's a lot of, questions like that, especially if you haven't been with a coach before. Maybe you went with a coach and you had a bad experience, or you bought some online program. It's like, no, that didn't help me anything. You want different people in your life to help you with different things. If you're not ready to actually make the decision to like go with a coach and really, get very specific help with your business at this point, you should at the very least be reaching out to somebody else who has a similar business or has been more successful in that same business, and just try to go for coffee with them, try to develop a little relationship with them. They're probably not going to want to see you all the time and like coach you professionally or specifically or whatever, but they can be a good mentor. And you can let them know, like, I really appreciate, respect your experience. Do you mind if we catch a coffee every couple months or whatever? I'd love to, just learn from you. I'm happy to, take you out for lunch or coffee. I'll get your coffee. If there's anything I can do for you, like, definitely look out for them as far as like, maybe you can connect them with somebody that you know in your network. Maybe there's something that you can provide for them, some new insight, or you can share some systems or stuff that you've learned in your business with them. So kind of think of like what you can give them in order to build that relationship so that you can get some mentoring from them. But just, yeah, be seeking knowledge and look for ways to do things smarter. And everybody on the single, this planet can work hard and work harder. Working hard, yes, it'll get you somewhere a bit faster, but at the same time, there is ways to work smart that can double, triple, exponentially improve your output through other people, through business knowledge, through just things that you are unaware of at this point. So just working hard is not going to get you to where you want to be. You want to be seeking knowledge and implementing that knowledge into your business to reach that next level. So that is number six. Number seven. So we got number seven here, lucky number seven. It does get easier. So good coaching advice. It does get easier. You're going to have to go through hell to get there, but hunker down, do the hard work. And I think the one of the issues is redefine what hard work means to you. So often, as whatever generation, I'm not going to get into the generation thing, but you're probably of a little bit older generation that values hard work, or at least you've been had the luxury of coming up in a situation, whatever your upbringing has been, that has instilled hard work into you, instilled that entrepreneurial spirit in you. And we think of hard work as like putting in, 12 hours a day, 6 days or 7 days a week, and that's hard work, or like hard work. But the real hard work is changing the way you think. The real hard work is getting outside your comfort zone, learning how to do marketing, learning how to do sales, learning how to build systems in your business, learning how to manage finances properly. These are all probably unnatural things for you that you maybe, haven't been exposed to through education, or through other people in your life that were able to guide you, or tell you about some of the things that's available to do this. That is the hard work. So you need to do that hard work. And if you push through that, it will get easier. It'll get easier for two reasons. The first one is you're going to get used to doing it. So it's going to not be that big of a challenge. Oh, I need to learn about this. Boom, I go talk to this person. Boom, I go search online and I call this person. For myself, I was starting a podcast and I was like, never had a podcast before, have no idea how to do it or what to do. I called a guy I know. He's got a podcast, right? It's just like my natural thought is just like seeking the knowledge and doing the hard work, reaching out, even if I don't know the person that well, but network, reach out, put yourself in a little bit of uncomfortable position and expedite your success. And you'll be surprised at like how things move in order to just to help you and provide for you, and some of the opportunities that come into your life when you reach out to people. I just, had one come up today where someone I connected with earlier who I knew that I really respected them. Ton of knowledge, very influential, great, great person. And something came up in their life, and now that kind of changed. changed the trajectory. I can't get into specifics because it's so brand new. But anyways, I was looking for a certain specific type of person this year because it aligned with my goals and where I wanted to bring the company and what we're trying to do. And I had, that vision and that thought, and I had like a right type of person. And just out of like natural circumstances, boom, it's like it just appeared and happened. And it's not anything necessarily metaphysical. It's just when you do the hard work and you start to incorporate all of the stuff that I've been talking about here, it does get easier. And you'd be surprised at how amazing opportunities and things happen. And it's like, where's this been my whole life? Like, what? I was like, bashing my head against the wall. I was trying to learn all this stuff. I was reading all the books. I had a business coach and mentor. I went through this business and I tried to grow this and I tried to do this. And I've always, you're always trying, you're always pushing, you're always, doing all this stuff. And it often feels like you're not getting anywhere, but there is going to be some sort of breakthrough point. There is going to be, it's usually not like, some huge paradigm shift as far as like night and day. It takes time, but piece by piece, slowly, you start to realize when you look back at how far you came of like, wow, I can't believe that used to be what I used to think and do because now that I'm like more experienced and I've had the right training and the right experience, things are just so much easier. And you get into this role where it's just like no matter what happens, you can always turn around and make good money. You can always turn around and start a great business. You understand those mechanics. So, leave you with that. Thanks for watching the video. Go get some expert coaching advice from whoever. I don't care who it is. I hope it's me. If you want to learn about working together, please reach out. Check out the links in the description below. But like I said, get help, get advice, follow some of these points that I mentioned. You're on your way to success. See you on the next video.